If you think the real estate market is going to crash, I don't blame you. There are tons of national headlines that say the market is horrible. But what I'm seeing in the Los Angeles real estate market is very different than what I'm seeing on national headlines. Hi, my name is Philippe Crook from eXp Realty. I've been a realtor for 20 years, and today we're going to talk about what is actually happening in the marketplace. Specifically, we're going to talk about Silver Lake, Echo Park, Los Feliz, Cypress Park, Glassell Park, Eagle Rock, Highland Park, and Mount Washington. I'm going to put the timestamps of each of those neighborhoods down in the description below, so you can just fast forward to the neighborhood that you're interested in. And as always, you can always reach out to me directly. My phone number is 213-268-6832. And before we move forward, just please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I do post new home tours every single week of new properties that come on the market, and I would love to help you find a house or help sell your house here in the Los Angeles area. So if you're not familiar with Silver Lake is a neighborhood in Los Angeles. It is about 15 minutes from downtown Los Angeles. It's right next to Echo Park, so I put both of these together. And it's also next to Los Feliz. It has easy access to the 101 freeway right here, the 110 freeway, and the 5 freeway and the 2 freeway. So it is pretty accessible if you are wanting to be in an area that has lots of easy access to freeways. Because as you know, if you live in Los Angeles, you're going to have to use a car. But this is a really cool area. I've lived here for 2 years, and I love it because it is really hilly. It has really cool kind of bohemian vibe. And as you can see, some of these photos from Google Maps here. This is Silver Lake Reservoir. It's a beautiful area. You can jog around here. There's a dog park right there. And as you can see, it's real 15 minutes from downtown Los Angeles. Now, let's get into some of the statistics for the area. Okay, so this is for Silver Lake and Echo Park. There are currently 48 properties on the market. As you can see here, a bunch of them are in Silver Lake, and there's some in Echo Park and Elysian Heights as well. Now, in the last 30 days, there were 25 properties that sold in Silver Lake and Echo Park. And as you can see here, the low price of the area, it was $607, and then the high price was $3,225,000. The interesting thing about these statistics is I always like to use the median price point instead of the average, because some of these averages could really get skewed by really high sales, like that $3.2 million house. That could skew a lot of the average. So I like to use the median price per square foot and the median price. Now, as you can see here, the median list price was $1,475,000, but it actually sold for a $1,535,000. So that was the median sold price for the last 30 days. You can see the average price per square foot was $919. Now, a year and a half ago, we were seeing stuff in the $1,400, $1,300, $1,100 price per square foot range. Now, that top one sold for $1,424 a square foot, which is really high for this area. But as you can see, the average is $988 and the median price is $919. I did want to show you the one that sold for $3.2 million. It was a beautiful craftsman style property that has been fully renovated. It has a huge lot. I love how they did such a great job with the staging on this property. Anytime that you're going to sell a home, I would definitely recommend getting a stager in there. It just makes the property look so clean, so cohesive. As you can tell, this property has been fully renovated. It does keep some of the craftsman style, which is really great. And one of the things I wanted to show you was the yard. This was a really nice sized yard, almost a 10,000 square foot lot, so nearly a quarter of an acre. And it had a pool and it had another little studio area up here. So this is why it got $3.225 million for a sale. Okay, the next area I'm going to do is Los Feliz. Los Feliz is just east of Hollywood and is right next to Silver Lake. So a lot of times Silver Lake and Los Feliz kind of blend together, but it is a separate area in the multiple listing service. So I'm going to show you exactly what's sold and what is available in Los Feliz right now. As you can tell, this is the Los Feliz area, and it is right next to the Griffith Observatory. If you ever get a chance to go hiking around this area, it is absolutely spectacular. Adele did her concert there. It was really showcased the area really well. But see all these trails up there? You can go on wonderful hikes here. So in Los Feliz, there are only 34 properties on the market. Between Los Feliz, Echo Park, and Silver Lake, there are over 100,000 people that live in this area. So having such low inventory is what is keeping prices up. Now, in this area, I'm going to show you exactly what is sold. Now, in the last 30 days, there were only 13 properties that sold in this area. Now, Los Feliz is a little bit more expensive than Silver Lake, and you can see that in some of these numbers. The low price is similar. It's $660 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo that's 730 square feet. But at the max range, they had a $6.1 million property on a 31,000 square foot lot. But you can see the median the median price point for this area is $2.575 million. The average lot size is a little bit bigger at $10,409. And the price per square foot is a little bit higher than Silver Lake as well. The median price point is $1,071,000. And as you can see right here, the average days on the market is 19 days. So that is not a lot of time to get a house sold. Those days on the market are a direct reflection of how low our inventory is. It is moving very quickly because there are just not enough homes for the amount of buyers that are looking to purchase. So if you're still thinking about selling, it is still a good time. Now we're going to move over to Highland Park. I really love this area. It's in the northeast part of Los Angeles. It has some great shops, lots of hipster vibes there. People that have been outpriced in Silver Lake and Los Feliz are starting to move this direction. And you're starting to see some beautiful architecture up here. There are some sections of this area that are in a historic preservation overlay zone. So as you can see, really great views. Again, it's a hilly kind of terrain. And again, pretty easy access to get to downtown. You have the 110 freeway, you have the 2 freeway, the 134, and the 5. So that's kind of brackets this area here. So if you look at Highland Park, there are only 26 properties that are currently on the market. And there were 15 properties that sold in the last 30 days. Now, this area is a little bit lower in price point, and you'll see this reflected in some of the pricing. The minimum one is actually $800,000. So that was the cheapest one that sold in the last 30 days. And the highest one was $2.3 million. The median price point in this area was $1,135,000, so $1.135 million. And it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Lot square footage is a lot smaller at 5,000 square foot. And the price per square foot is $844. Now, homes in this market took a little bit longer to sell than in Los Feliz and Silver Lake at 26 days on the market. Now let's jump over to Eagle Rock. Eagle Rock is right next to Highland Park. They don't have as many historic preservation overlay zones in Eagle Rock as they do in Highland Park, but it is very, very close. They share a lot of the same restaurants and amenities and parks. So let's talk about what is currently on the market in Eagle Rock. As you can see, Eagle Rock is literally right next to Highland Park. Here are some photos from Google Maps. It has some great hills in this area. And you'll see some properties that are newer construction and some older homes, and that's the famous Eagle Rock right there. So in Eagle Rock, there are currently 18 homes that are active on the market right now. So in the last 30 days in Eagle Rock, there were only 11 properties that sold. You can see the lowest price was $619 and the maximum price was $1.850. So it's a little bit cheaper than Highland Park, but again, these numbers change every single month depending on what gets sold and what doesn't. But this is the average for the last 30 days. The median price point is $1.205 million, which is an $859 median price per square foot. Again, lot size is a little bit bigger than Highland Park at 5,748, and the average days on the market was 9. That is a really fast moving market. As you can see, some of these properties go very, very quickly in certain areas. So it's really important to talk to your real estate agent to know what areas are moving faster than others, because if you see something you like, you might have to bid on it quickly because it might go away very fast. The next area we're going to talk about is Glassell Park and Cypress Park, which is just south of Mount Washington and south of Eagle Rock and Highland Park. As you can tell, Cypress Park is just south of Mount Washington and Highland Park and Eagle Rock, and then Glassell Park is a little bit larger, and that butts up against Eagle Rock and crosses a little bit over into Glendale as well. Over the last few years, I've seen Glassell Park and Cypress Park kind of explode in pricing because it was still relatively cheap compared to other areas like Highland Park, Eagle Rock, or Los Feliz or Silver Lake. And I'm starting to see more and more developers, flippers coming into these areas and renovating properties, adding square footage, adding ADUs. There are currently 24 properties that are on the market in Silver Lake and Glassell Park. In the last 30 days, there were only 12 properties that sold in Cypress Park and Glassell Park, and the low price was $619, and then it goes all the way up to the max price of $2 million. And then you have the median price of $1,087,000. And the lot size is a little bit bigger in this area, 6,600, and the price per square foot is $824. Now, again, there were only 14 days is your average days on market. So things are moving pretty quickly, even in this area. And again, it all has to do with inventory. Our inventory is very, very low, so that makes it harder for buyers to find properties. So if you're still thinking about selling, this is still a good time. And lastly, we're going to move over to the Mount Washington area, which is right in the middle of Northeast Los Angeles, just south of Eagle Rock and Highland Park. Mount Washington has a great school district, so a lot of people try to get into this area. It is definitely hillside construction. A lot of them are on steep hills. If you're looking to buy in this area, you definitely want to get a couple extra inspections on your properties. As you can see, this is a very popular area. There are only 10 properties that are currently on the market in this area. Let me show you some sold statistics. So there were only 11 properties that sold in the last 30 days. So you only have a month of inventory in this area. And the low price was $640 and the high price was $3 million. Some of these properties are a little bit higher because they have views, and a lot of people will pay more money for those views. The median list price was $1.3 million. The median price per square foot was 900, so almost Silver Lake levels, and the days on the market is 18 days. So as you can see, our market is moving very quickly in these areas. Homes are going very quickly, and some of them are going for more than their asking price. So what's going on with the mortgage rates? As of last Friday, these were the numbers. The 30-year fix is at a 6.57. A 15-year fix is at 5.99. A 30-year jumbo loan, which tends to have higher rates, is actually better than a conventional loan at 5.94 million. And ARM rates are 6.6. Doesn't really make sense to go with an ARM rate when you have almost the exact same rate for a fixed. So always go for a fixed versus an ARM unless it's a really good deal. FHA loans is 6.02. So those have come down almost a point from the very peak. And the VA loan is 6.1. Overall, our market is very strong and things are moving very quickly. Obviously, the interest rates have done a number on this marketplace. A lot of buyers just got outpriced. A lot of buyers are taking their time on the sidelines, but things are starting to move quicker and quicker. So if you are a buyer, it's going to be really important that you work with a lender who can move quickly, because a lot of times the lender who moves the fastest and who can remove their contingency the fastest will get an accepted offer. We are still seeing a lot of cash buyers in this marketplace too, so buyers are having to compete against cash buyers. If you are a seller, you have not missed the boat on selling your property. Things are still moving very, very quickly. It's just a little bit different of a tactic right now. You have to price your property well. I always recommend getting it staged versus not staged. If that is not in your budget, I can always work with you to make sure the property shows as best as possible. And then you have to have a really strong digital marketing plan, which I do, including a videographer, professional photography, websites, social media marketing, and social media ads, which can get more exposure to your property than just putting it in a paper. That is the old school way, and that is not how I do things. But if you want to know what your home is worth, please give me a call. My phone number is 213-268-6832. And again, my name is Philippe Crook with eXp Realty, investing in your dreams.
Bond 5.